I'm an incel and I'm married.
Men, if you're calling it sniz, that explains why she doesn't want you anywhere near it. My name is Nep Benedetti. I'm an intimacy and relationship coach and the host of Talk Sex with a Nep podcast. We all know Andrew Wilson as the guy who clearly doesn't like sniz. Cool. Brand established. But that's not what I actually want to talk about today. Let's roll the clip where he says he himself and his audience can't possibly be incels because they're married.
He
Oh
thinks that I'm an
my God.
incel. I'm an incel and I'm married.
I
And
don't think you're an
and
incel.
most of my audience is
I
married
think
and
that
they're
you
incels.
you create incels.
Yeah,
That's
but
what you
most of
do.
my audience is married, so how are they incels?
Okay, let's address this. Involuntarily celibate has nothing to do with whether you file taxes jointly. It's about wanting intimacy and not getting it. And yes, you can absolutely be married and still be involuntarily celibate. Depending on the study, between 15 and 25% of marriages report little to no intimacy for long stretches, sometimes a year, sometimes more. So the whole I'm married, therefore I'm not an incel argument, yeah, it's flawed. That's a lot of men with rings not being touched. And here's the part no one wants to talk about. Even married men who are getting intimacy aren't getting it as often as they want. And very often it's happening because their partner feels obligated, not because she genuinely desires the moment. If the only intimacy you're getting is rare, pressured, or duty driven, that's absolutely an involuntary celibacy effect, just one happening inside a legally recognized partnership. And here's where I actually care about his audience, because a lot of them are really hurting. They're in marriages with little to no intimacy. They feel rejected, they feel unwanted, they don't know how to fix it. And instead of being told, hey, you need pleasure education, emotional safety, communication skills, and an actual understanding of how women's arousal works, they're being fed blame. It's all women's fault. Modern women are broken. You're the victim. That's not a cure. That's radicalization. You don't rebuild desire by insulting women. You don't fix a marriage by treating your wife like she's the problem. You fix it by learning how her nervous system works, how connection is built, and how to make intimacy feel safe enough for her to want it again. So, yeah, we're all laughing at sniz. But the real tragedy isn't that Andrew doesn't enjoy female pleasure. Thoughts and prayers to his wife. It's that he's sitting on an audience of lonely, touch starved men. And instead of giving them tools, he's giving them a target. And that's dangerous. If you actually want out of the married but still involuntarily celibate club, follow me for pleasure based intimacy education that builds connection and helps you create incredible bedroom experiences that you both want more of, not resentment. And to the women watching, I will never ask you to shrink yourself, excuse poor behavior, or carry the emotional load, because your pleasure, your desires, your boundaries, well, you come first, always. Cheers.